Hey everyone, a while back I reviewed some of these little small LED things to put into models and stuff. Unfortunately, I cannot find the listing on AliExpress for this. It's got these four little soldering points, and so that doesn't help you guys if you can't buy this stuff, right? So I went back to AliExpress and I bought a bunch of different ones, and hopefully I'll be able to find a listing that shows these exact ones. So what we have is this 8 mode red. So I'll open one up just to show they all work the same way pretty much. They come with a magnet, they come with a battery, and the magnet controls it. But as far as installing it, first let's get rid of that magnet. You have to open up the little coin battery, and they come in different dimensions, but I want the smallest one possible, and I'll pull out the calipers in a moment. But these really small ones, they take a battery of, what cell is this? It says CR927, but I'm sure there's 5 other names for that same exact battery. I'm putting the flat side, or the one with the text side, away from the PCB board. And then this 8 mode, let's see how it works. You find what's going on here. Maybe, oh wait, there it is. So that's one mode, just like a crazy strobe. Then it's a slower strobe, just a solid red. A sequence of flashing. It's a solid red. It's like a spin flash. Yeah. Another, whoa, a progressively faster spin flash. Kind of like a thruster's being lit up. I like that one. And so I think to turn this one off, you just have to hold the magnet there for a few seconds. That's how I turn it off. Turn it on. Same thing. Just flashing. Oh, breathing effect. Very neat. Alright. So that'd be good for like traffic cones or something. Yeah, put one of these in the bottom of a traffic cone. Alright, I think we've seen at least 8 modes now. Alright, let's just turn that off. So that's red. So this next batch here, this one came in a 3-pack. It's just one LED in there, and it's this one's red. I got a white one and orange ones because I'm trying to basically get lights to light up the thrusters of my little model kit jet airplanes. And so let's just see again. Yeah, seems the same standard practice. Comes with a magnet. You have to pop in the battery. Let's see if this has a different name. Yeah, 927. So is that the same as the last one? Probably. So flat side towards the flat metal, and then there we go. So yeah, red, and I'll show you the other ones, the white one and the orangey ones. So the orange is not very bright. The white one is very bright indeed. You're trying to, I think, magnetize this black box. I think that's the controller. Sometimes you gotta slide the magnet around. I don't know, it's just not the best connection. I mean, not the magnet, the battery in this thing. I swear this was working a second ago. Or maybe, no. There we go. Alright, so looking at these, let me turn this light on. The white is just really bright. The red is pretty bright as well. The orange, not really much. I think I'll turn these all off right now. So these last ones are that same chip, but they had wired on. So this says wired 5 centimeter long leads. And this is a warm white one. So what's nice about these is that it actually comes with 2 batteries. It only takes 1 battery, but it's a spare. Because I would have to guess maybe the more LEDs, you know, just takes more power. So, but you gotta be careful. These are pretty thin wires. You know, don't go manhandling them too much. We pop in that battery. It's the same battery, the 927 battery. Slide that in. And you want to have the yellow part. That's the part that emits the light. The green is the electronics board. So, actually, is this the warm white one? Let's see. No, well, this is orange. My bad. This one's orange. This is the warm white one. Okay, so yeah, very neat. I have a red and a white, so let me come back when I get those set up. Alright, so clearly, as expected, the white ones are the brightest, even if they're not even facing the camera. The oranges are relatively bright for orange, not bad at all. The reds are quite bright indeed. The off-whites aren't bad. I got these because I want to do an interior of an airplane. And so you can get multiple leads. This is a 2-lead red, and so these would make great taillights on a car. A 3-lead white, I don't know, headlights and some other interior light perhaps. The orange, yeah, so they come in different colors and different amounts of leads. I'm not sure if the length though changes or if they're all 5 centimeters. I'm going to turn on all the other ones here. So here's the original ones I reviewed in a different video, and I have one inside of this plastic jet thruster flame that goes on a airplane kit. We have these programmed 8 mode things. Whoa, that white one is just crazy. I gotta change that mode to not overpower the rest of them. Maybe we could find the breathing one. Turning this thing on and off is kind of difficult though. Okay. Setting it. It just kind of turns off, so I don't know why. It's just on and on, off. Or is it a bad battery connection again? Why is this annoying? There, that's like a low level mode. Let's leave it at just 2 LEDs spinning and spinning. Oh, that gets all crazy. Oh, those orange. Yeah, the 8 ones are just really bright. These single ones, I don't know if they're programmable. I don't think they are. Wait, I could be wrong again. No. Man, that's bright. It just goes on and off. I don't think it's programmable, the single LED one. So yeah, the white ones are just crazy powerful. If you wanted to have a really bright color, you could just put some paint over the white LED, I suppose, and then it would be colored a little bit. I'm gonna have to turn the white ones off. They're just too much. Alright, so now I'm going to turn the lights on here. See how bright they are with a really bright light above us. So even with this really big LED above us, you can still see the colors. So not bad. Even in this, it's got a little bit of a glow. I would say this is pretty dim, the ones that I can't find the link for, so it's probably good. Alright, so let me see about putting these into some stuff. So first thing I'm doing is putting the single LED ones into this thruster of this Top Gun jet fighter. And just some cotton ball kind of stuff. Just enough to obscure that rectangle. Maybe that's still even too much. That looks pretty sweet. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that looks, from these angles, that looks like thrust. That's really cool. I mean, I guess you can tell there's a cotton in there, but yeah, the single LED one there, not so bad, not bad at all. I didn't even explain how I'm putting those in. So I just have some poster putty. This stuff is fantastic because it doesn't seem to leave any marks. I'm gonna try to put a red one into this plane here. So luckily, these thrusters are really deep. In fact, that's probably too much putty. Let's stick with half of that. I want to have it as recessed as possible, but there's a cone inside there, so it has to grab the cone or it's not going to be angled properly. Maybe some tweezers would be helpful. Or not. Come on. It works so easily on the other one. Let me just try putting the putty in first. Onto that cone. Come on. Of course it's easy when it's not on camera. Alright, now let's push that in. So that one's good to go. This one just... Alright, so, well, that's not centered very well. I also figured out, I think there might be polarity to the switches. Because if I do this side of this magnet, nothing happens. But if I flip it over, oh, it did happen. Was it? I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. If you're not looking directly at it, though, that does look like thrust, right? But once you see the LED, it kind of gives it away too much. So, just got this little cotton cosmetic wipe here. Just a little bit. If you put too much, let me just show you. It's not... well, the red's so bright. You can put more cotton in. But you probably want to do it in a fluffy manner so it looks more like air instead of a woven cotton product. Yeah, so you gotta stretch this cotton out, get more air in there. Now, LEDs do get hot, so I wouldn't recommend you just leave these on all the time and leave the house and stuff like that. I think there could be a possibility it would catch on fire. Yeah, that's not the best cotton application, but this video will take forever. It probably looks orange in the camera, but to me it's clearly red. Let me turn the other one on. So yeah, my camera tends to change the hue of things. This is definitely red over here. This is orange. But I kind of feel like the video shows both of them as just shades of orange. Or this even looks yellow and that looks orange, but it's not. See if we can improve on this 3D printed bomb explosion. Right now it came with these like Christmas tree lights and they work fine. It's just that I gotta take the cover off. I have this little thing because the things will just fall out, right? So it's kind of annoying. So I'm thinking the magnetic stuff, I just put it in there once and the only time I have to open it up again is to replace the batteries. Well, I put that in with some poster putty, white, because it doesn't show up as much. It's pretty dim under regular lighting, but if I turn the lights out, it actually works pretty well. So what I'm thinking though is maybe I throw in some of these on the base and let me come back. So I have a white one and a red one in there. The white is really bright. So maybe you want to have other colors in there. And under regular LED lighting, it's kind of weird seeing that white putty. So you might want to use like some clear, transparent glue, silicone, or other school glue maybe. Alright, well anyways, this is very promising, seeing that. So those off-white ones, or yellow ones, I have two of them in there. One is here. There we go. And one is somewhere back there. And it's kind of hard to see with the LEDs, of course. But yeah, look at that. It's sunlight. There's daylight behind this photo booth here. So, I'm gonna try to get the rest out of here. So the bomb, yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I think maybe I'll take the white one out and just order a yellow one or something like that. If you got orange, yellow, and red into this bomb cluster, any sort of white thing, it would look pretty fiery. But look at this airplane, it's awesome. Alright. And the LEDs are small enough, they just look like, you know, light assemblies inside that model. Mine are just kind of floating in space. But if you're actually going to build a model kit from scratch, you can clearly glue these into place exactly where you want them to be. And it's going to be pretty awesome. But you have to be mindful that you're going to have to replace that battery at some point in time. So you have to, you know, have that in a spot that you can access. But for now, I'm not going to display this with the lights on all the time anyways. So this looks pretty sweet. So finally, I put the red tail lights in here, and I put some putty over them to help cover up the red shining into the interior. But the white ones, I don't really care because I'm trying to light up the interior. So those are glued to the backside of what were bigger LEDs. And then the third one is just facing towards the interior. So let me put this thing together. So this is a 1/64 scale design of my own creation called the Moon SUV, because there's like moon-shaped doors. So let me turn the lights off here. Yeah, that one interior light's not very good. I think I would really want to have several more interior. Well, the front seats light up pretty well though. Yeah. I think for today's video though, it's good enough. You get the idea. These things, these wired ones are pretty good. You might also want to twist the wires instead of having two leads just, you know, all over the place. Alright, lastly I have the 8 LED mode one in the, I replaced it in this jet flame because it seems to be perfect for it, right? Here it's in the breathing mode. Unfortunately, it's embedded in there quite a bit. Blinking mode. I'm trying to get to that startup one where it flashes like crazy. That's not interesting. Kind of like a Christmas tree effect. Is that the one? Maybe this, yeah, see? Now that looks like an engine starting up, right? So that's pretty neat. Let's let this one go for a spin. Well, you know, maybe it doesn't need to go for a spin. Let's just turn the lights out. Unfortunately, my camera doesn't really do it justice. It's picking up too much of the light. It's not as bright to the naked eye. It just looks like a flickering light. So I think it's quite good. Alright, well there they are under the LED conditions. And let me go to dark mode. Yeah, very cool. Although the video doesn't make them look very cool. To the naked eye, they definitely look cool. So I think there's a lot of different applications. I mean, if you're doing Gundam model kits, other model kits, things that aren't even vehicles, like houses and living quarters, you could easily use these things for that as well. And possibly even a small lightsaber. Oh boy, hold on a second. No, never mind. I was thinking the .45 lightsabers that were made by Master Replicas a long time ago, but the holes are too small to house this kind of LED. There are different size LED boards, as I may have mentioned earlier, and so different lead lengths, different colors. I'll leave the links for the ones that I found today if I can find those links again. But they're pretty cheap. A few dollars each. So if you really want to make your models a little bit cooler, pick some up, try them out yourselves. Alright, we'll see you in the next random video. Bye.